if you want fame, that's what I wanted. I wanted to be famous, like Michael Jackson. Looking back, I could see how I was recruited for a brotherhood, if you like. Trying to be recruited for a brotherhood. When you are in the music industry, I don't care what anybody says, when you're in the music industry and you are making it in that sense of success, there are certain things that you're gonna have to do, certain places you're gonna have to go, souls will be sold. Basically.
What do you mean by that?
People sell their soul every day within the music industry.
How?
Not just in the music industry. Like, they invoke spirits in you. Have you ever been to a Jay-Z concert or seen a Jay-Z concert?
No.
These people be there like, Hova, Hova, Hova. Well, I went myself in the early days. I found myself, Hova, Hova. And then, because I'm a guy, I can't get caught like that. But for a minute I got caught, and then I stopped. And I said to my dude, I was like, bro, look around. Look at the place is hypnotized. And they wanted to give me a record label, but I found myself in Zimbabwe.
Doing what in Zimbabwe?
With some very high people. Well, so they like to think, never higher than the most high, but with some very, elite type of people. Dealing with diamonds and uncut diamonds and all of these dodgy dealings. And I found myself there. And when I was there, a proposal was put to me to basically to sell my soul for this record label, which I think was worth about £350,000 at the time, to get that much money to start this label. That's why I can't listen to certain people. I don't listen to Rihanna. I don't listen to Beyonce. I don't listen to much secular music. I don't.
What did they tell you to do that you felt like was against your morality?
There are people in the industry drinking blood, like from
blood.
Yes.
What blood? Animal blood?
No, from humans. Yeah. So African blood. So what happened to me was a lot, but at the final stage for me is when I was told to drink sperm, and I was like, I was never gonna do it, never. But I was so in shock at that point. You know what my response was? From the cup or from the source? Like, where are we doing this from? Because, bro, the agenda of music has people trapped in that prison that I went to the UK trying to convince people, here I am in the flesh, look, it's me, remember, you see me on YouTube, but forget that, I'm here. Come to Ghana. What do I need to go to Ghana for? I'm comfortable here. I said, bro, do you know how much opportunities are in Ghana? You know they won't treat you like this. They love it. They're comfortable with the torture. A lot of us, a number has been done on us that I don't have hope. I was sad when I left the UK because I realized we're gonna lose a few. We're
collateral damage.
Yeah, collateral damage. That's what's gonna happen because the number has been done. The Willie Lynch, that has done a number on our people to where we don't need to be enslaved. We can enslave ourselves. We enslave our children. We send our children to school for somebody else, for the enemy to teach them. Now,
why are we so easy to be deceived as black people?
Because we are so greedy. We're so greedy. We love money.
Hello guys, and welcome back again to another amazing episode, and this is the Diaspora Transition episode where we interview diaspora who decided to leave the diaspora and currently living here on the continent. And today is a recurring guest is Daniel Kiing. He has a YouTube channel with the name Life with a Kiing. He decided to leave the UK with his family, wife, kids, grandchildren, and everybody else to come to the continent. And he's been on the channel multiple times sharing his story, his granddaughters, and also his grandson. No, grandson? No.
My daughter.
Granddaughters.
Yeah.
The whole family, right?
Yes.
Sharing their story, moving to the continent. And today we are going to do something a little bit different, but very important as well. If you don't know, Daniel is a musician, and he was a musician in the UK. He started, doing music, but in our earlier interview, he said something that he saw something in the music industry in the UK, and that made him left the UK, went back to Jamaica, go on the mountain just to, live with his family in the bush. because it was too much. And today we just want to have a sit-down conversation to really talk about what exactly he saw in the music industry in the UK.
In fact, what I saw in the music industry in the UK made me leave the UK and go back to Jamaica and stay there for 6 months. I sold all my clothes, I sold my shoes, I sold everything, and I stripped back to the minimum. I went to live in the bush with my family in Clifton in Hanover.
So what I can say to you now is, you know, fasten your seatbelt. Is going to be a hell of a ride. Okay, so without further ado, Daniel King, welcome back again on the show.
Welcome back, Hayford. I feel like I live here, bro.
Yeah.
Like I feel like I'm a resident.
Yeah,
Always,
full time.
Always a pleasure.
Yeah, yeah, and you know, thank you for agreeing to share the story with me and my audience.
Yeah.
And let's get into it. People are watching you for the first time. If they've not seen you before, please briefly introduce yourself, where you came from, what you're doing here, the way forward.
So I'm Daniel King. I moved to Ghana 3 years ago now, by way of the UK. Heritage is Jamaican. Yeah, I moved here with my family, 3 children. We lived in a tent for a year. If you don't know the story already, check us out on Life with the Kings. And yeah, that's me really.
Now, during I think we did on your property. I came there, and then that's when you told me Tian left. And then within that conversation, you said something about you having to leave the UK, right? Going to Jamaica in the mountains and then you saying that it made me want to ask you, why did you leave? What is it that you saw within the music industry that made you want to leave? But before you do that, I want you to narrate your story and how you discovered music and how you went into music.
Yeah.
And we take it from there.
I mean, music has always been a part of my life. Growing up in the UK in the 80s, I was born in 1980, so I was raised on that good music, that 80s music, that 90s music. I'm an old soul, so my mum would play revival music in the house, her mum's old records. So we're talking 60s, 70s, revival music, reggae music. So I would listen to that. My first experience with music was, you know, just taking out these things which I now know as records, vinyls, from my mum and just putting them on the deck that I saw her put them on and just letting the sound go. And I was fascinated by the mechanics of a vinyl, of a record, but then the sound that was coming out of there, Frankie Paul, you know, Jimmy Cliff, which actually a family member, just these great reggae artists just stole me. I think the first record I ever brought was Musical Youth. It's Pastor Dutchie, Pastor Dutchie on the left hand side, and they were young, so I could relate to them. They were young with afros. I could relate to them, and then the obvious one, Michael Jackson. I was a big Michael Jackson fan, bro. Especially, you know, Jackson 5, the early Michael Jackson. So music captured me from a very young age. You know, I used to enter talent shows that, you know, I'm proud to say that I won every one of them. I didn't like to go in and lose. In fact, I lost 1 or 2, and I said I'm never losing another talent show again. And I just continued to just, you know, harness the skill of music throughout my life. And then in about 1996, I wrote a song, and it was heard by somebody's father who is very famous now. They have a group in the UK, and their father heard me, who was a producer, and he brought me into the studio and he recorded my first song. And from there, I kind of like, you know, I was a local artist. I was local. I went international. I was just local, going around, and you know, people got to know me for music. And then in 1998, I was signed to BMG, Logic Records. So under the umbrella of BMG, which is a big label, in a boy band. So I was in a boy band. You know what a boy band is, right? A band, a band full of boys. It's quite cheesy, quite poppy. You know, we did touring with a lot of people. Yeah, a lot of pop bands and stuff. So I did that, and I discovered, you know, it was very subtle at that time. Very subtle things that were happening in the music industry that I wasn't You know, I was very young, and I was in there with younger people, so my brother and 2 other younger guys, and I just used to see little subtle things happening around me. One of the major things I saw, there's a place, or that I experienced. Imagine I'm a young boy. I was about, well, it was 1998, so I was 18. I was 18, but everyone else was younger than me. So my brother was 4 years younger than me, and then the rest of the band members were, you know, all similar ages as my brother. First major thing I thought that rang alarm bells, we were touring around the UK, and I remember seeing the schedule, and it said, oh, you're performing in Tottenham Court Road. And I thought, oh, where are we performing? This is like, you know, a prestigious kind of area. Where are we performing? No one would tell us where we were performing. And then when we got to that place, you know, our tour manager would drop us off, bring us into the back entrance. And I didn't know where we were performing until I stepped out onto the stage and realized we were performing in GAY, a gay bar or club with men, big, white men, drag queens. And for me, as a child, I mean, I was 18, but I was with children. For us to be on stage performing for that kind of crowd, that wasn't right in my eyes. There was something wrong there. And that was the first kind of major thing that, you know, happened. And I remember bringing that up with my manager and saying, what happened? Like, they obviously know, but they were like, oh, it was a mistake, you shouldn't have done that, rah, rah, rah. If it was a mistake, we never would have been ushered round the back and all of these things, because as far as I'm concerned, it felt like a bunch of men like perving over some boys on the stage. Do you know what I mean? So that was kind of my first experience in that world. There's a lot of stuff. I mean, I can't give you everything because I'll be here all day. So if we fast forward to, you know, I was in another group, Nutty Energy, that was the name. We was independent. We wasn't signed at that point. We was independent. You know, I had enough of that industry control, so I wanted to do it myself, independent. So me and another guy, we were just out there, you know, making good music, performing, you know, up and down the UK. We supported Joe, LL Cool J, Wu-Tang Clan, Dead Prez, like just some real like big names in the industry. And it gave us a lot of experience. And from that I gained a lot of, you know, contacts and knew a lot of people in the industry. And eventually I met some people who, you know, wanted to start a record label, wanted me to start a record label. And yeah, the story kind of evolved crazy from there.
What happened? Let's dive into it.
So, I mean, nothing was ever like bait. Like, so I didn't understand a lot of it until I was out of it years later. Looking back, I could see how I was recruited for a brotherhood, if you like. Trying to be recruited for a brotherhood. When you are in the music industry, I don't care what anybody says, when you're in the music industry and you are making it in that sense of success, there are certain things that you're gonna have to do, certain places you're gonna have to go. Souls will be sold. Basically.
Now, what do you mean by that? Let's just give a context to it, because we've heard this over and over and over again.
People sell their soul every day, Hayford, in the music industry.
How?
Not just in the music industry. Well, women be selling their souls by, you know, by their bodies, physically their bodies. Artists be selling their souls by what they're saying. Now, we all know music has a big effect on the body. Let's just break it down technically and we'll get back to it. Technically, music is normally made at 440 hertz, yeah? That's the general hertz. We're talking about frequencies now. Everything is frequency. Everything's vibrating. Everything's a frequency. We can manipulate your body, your cells, water with frequency. If we're vibrating, water moves. It can be manipulated. That's the general 440 hertz. is what they make music at. The likes of Prince, Bob Marley, Jimi Hendrix, a few other greats that understood music, they made music at 4, 3, 6, I believe. A hertz that resonates a bit more with the body. It feels good. Bob Marley feels good. Do you know what I mean? Jimi Hendrix, it felt good. Prince music felt great. Like it's more inclined with love. 963 or 936 is the God frequency. That's a frequency of divine, that's the frequency that can stimulate your pineal gland. So we now know that music, just from that, that's facts. We now know that music can manipulate the body, can manipulate the feeling. So that means you can use it for good, or you could, on the opposite scale, you can use it for bad. So when I was doing music and, you know, with producers and wanting to do this music industry and started producing for some big artists, I'm not gonna name names, but started, in fact, I didn't produce for big artists, that's shooting a bit far. I was producing and writing music for potential big artists. I never got one of them. Do you know what I mean? So I can name names. Adele, that's the biggest one. Yeah, like we were potentially writing music for these people. What was required blew my mind. So I'm just making music for the love of it. But they told me I had to put certain notes. It had to be made at a certain hertz. Certain keys had to go in there. It had to have a certain vibration. There's music now that is being played that has to have white noise, has to have certain notes in it. Whether you can hear it or not, it's in there. These invoke certain things in the human body. Like they invoke spirits in you. Have you ever been to a Jay-Z concert or seen a Jay-Z concert?
No.
These people be there like, Hova, Hova, Hova. Bro, I went myself in the early days. I found myself, Hova, Hova. And then, because I'm a guy, I can't get caught like that. But for a minute I got caught and then I stopped. And I said to my dude, I was like, bro, look around. Look at the place is hypnotized. Hova, Ho. Let's not even get into what Hova means, but the fact that everybody was tuned in to Beyonce and Jay-Z like that blew my mind. I was like, what is it? What's in there? What's the recipe in the music? Then I found out while I was producing what the recipe, it's the notes, it's the keys, it's the hertz that affects people that, why? Probably the question, their agenda. To push their agenda.
What is the agenda?
Their agenda to destruct the organic family, to destroy the organic family, to remove the Most High and to bring the enemy, if you like, or let's just be real, the devil into people's lives, to corrupt people, to destroy our children. Because if a revolution is going to be started, it's the children that's going to start it. So if we can infect the children at a young age, then we're safe, we're good, we control them, we can make them slaves. Look at the children now. I speak about TikTok all the time. Bro, if you go to a concert these days, they will tell you, I worship the devil. Like, what happened to people to where they don't even wake up to that? It doesn't even click to them anymore. You know why? Because they've been desensitizing them from a long, long time. It's been a long process to desensitize people against the music, against their agenda. So when the agenda is pushed on them, it just feels like normal. We have award shows that are just painted in red, that are just have people come out dressed like the devil. The music has impacted impacted the church. Whether you're a churchgoer or not, has impacted the church. So before, churchgoers would be like, no secular music, gospel only. Now, the biggest gospel artist out there, Kirk Franklin, well, go listen to his music. Go see who he performs with on stage in music awards. People that are outright devil worshippers. They say, I worship the devil. Now, when you speak these things, I worship the who? That's powerful, bro. Like, you're invoking things into yourself without even knowing it. This is, I always tell people, your favorite artist is a sodomite.
What is a sodomite?
Boss, these people that do ungodly things. People that do ungodly things, like, and what I realize is that your favorite artist is probably doing things that you probably can't even imagine. When I was in the industry and they wanted to give me a record label, bro, I found myself in Zimbabwe.
Doing what in Zimbabwe?
With some very high people. Well, so they like to think, never higher than the most high, but with some very, you know, elite type of people. Dealing with diamonds and uncut diamonds and all of these dodgy dealings. And I found myself there. And when I was there, a proposal was put to me to basically to sell my soul for this record label, which I think was worth about £350,000 at the time, to get that much money to start this label. And the deal was put to me to do certain things.
Like what?
Bro.
You mentioned about the keynotes that you need to be.
Yeah, so those things are in the music anyway. Those things are minor. Those things are, I mean, not minor. They affect the human body in a very, that's why I can't listen to certain people. I don't listen to Rihanna. I don't listen to Beyonce. I don't listen to much secular music. I don't. Even some people that are, you know, they may say the right words, but the sounds, they may not understand the beat behind it. The 40, is it 408? 808?
808.
The 808? Bro, I don't listen to that. I used to love that sound, that Kanye.
I love 808s.
Bro.
What would it do? What go into
Bro,
detail?
it's just, I mean, it's the frequency, it's what it represents, it's the tones that it invokes. You know, like you have the hum sound, these are things that people do to meditate. Like, these invoke certain things in you. Sound can heal. Hum. I can heal you with sound, well, not me personally, but it can be done. People can hit a gong and heal you all around your body. So if they can heal you, then
They can destroy you.
it can destroy you. So
What did they tell you to do that you felt like was against your morality?
well, imagine there was a concession of things up to this point. You can see I'm trying to hold back, right? Because, bruv, it's crazy. Like,
Just give me one.
I give you it. Because for me, that was it. At that point, that was it. So there are people in the industry drinking blood, like from
Blood.
Yes.
What blood? Animal blood.
No, from
Human.
humans. Yeah. So African blood, pure African blood. So if you are pure African, bro, it's a bro. You know when they say, who the Most High blessed, no man can curse. That's why I'm sitting here right now. Otherwise, I wouldn't be sitting here, bro. So the African is the most sought after blood. The black African is the most sought after blood. It's the original DNA. And our Caucasian brothers and sisters, the ones that are that way inclined, well, they like that. They like that. And they harvest that.
The industry.
In the industry. So,
Wow.
bro, it's...
Wow. And then what does this blood do for them? Does it enhances their...
Some people, you know, it keeps them young, it enhances their life, it makes them stronger. You know, melanin is like more valuable than gold, like probably most valuable commodity that I know. Like, I say commodity, but it's valuable. Like, these things are happening. So what happened to me was a lot. But at the final stage for me is when I was told to drink sperm. And I was like, I was never gonna do it. Never. But I was so in shock at that point. You know what my response was? From the cup or from the source? Like, where are we doing this from? Because, bro, and that,
Wait a minute, really?
bro, what it did for me, it made me realize that the world that I once knew was not.
gone.
It was gone. Everything that I knew as a child, just wanted to dance and sing like Michael Jackson, just wanted to entertain, just wanted to make people happy. Performing in front of 60,000 people, bro, and having them all sing your song, it gave me love. It gave me something that was just something I can't explain. Everything crumbled in that moment because I realized I can't be in this industry unless I sell my soul. And you know they say the Most High gave the devil the music. He said the world is your domain. This is your domain. So I left Zimbabwe. I came home. I sold all my clothes. I sold all my shoes. I was a sneakerhead. I love sneakers. I sold all my sneakers, my crepes or boogers or whatever you want to call it. We all call them different things. I sold my clothes. I literally stripped myself because I was going mad at that time. I was going crazy in my head and I thought I was gonna lose it. And I called my cousins in the hills in Jamaica, gave them a quick insight of what was happening, and they know these things. They always say, yo, you know, there are people, them drink blood and rah, rah. Do you know what I mean? They know these things. They just didn't have the proof, like, they know it, but they've never seen it. So when I told them I've seen these things for myself, they said, come. And I went up to the hills in Jamaica and I had to build back, as they say. I had to build back everything I knew, stripped. I had to build back myself. I weren't coming back at that point.
But how did they let you go so easily?
Who?
I mean, after they told you to drink their stuff and you didn't.
I wasn't in like that. Like they were trying to, I would hear people saying, no, he's not ready, he's not ready. And other people say, oh, he's receptive. They love to say that word about me. Oh, we like you. You're receptive. So what they're really saying is, we don't like black people, but we like you because we can use you. You can be our dandy. You know what a dandy is? Go look it up. You can be our dandy. You can be new money. Because someone like me at that time, long locks, imagine I come out, bro, I'm the perfect agent to have my people follow me. And like the Pied Piper, follow them to drown in the water. They will follow me to drown in the water, bro. I realized I have to use my powers for something else, not that. So I left, I went to Jamaica, I went to the hills. I had to build back, I had to drink coconut water, I had to go meditate, I had to come back to the Most High, I had to repent.
Now let's give perspective. What did you see yourself doing mentally within and outside that made you feel like you're going crazy, that you felt going to the mountains was necessary?
Well, just because everything I knew, it just wasn't it. People are out here in the world thinking that the world is something. The world ain't that. You know, everything you hear.
So is it true? All the things that we hear about the music is true?
Yeah. Everything you hear about the world is true. There's no smoke without fire, bro. When you hear about these underground tunnels, when you hear about these children and, you know, all of these Epstein and all these things, well, of course it's true. Like, I know it's true. No one can tell me any different. But like I said, through the Most High bliss, no man can curse.
Wow.
And, you know, I ain't afraid of nobody, Hayford, nobody. Because I know what the Most High has done for me in my life. And I'm not this kind of sweep under the carpet. I'm not that kind of leader. I'm not. I'm a man that's going to lead you to the truth, because what they say about the truth?
Set you free.
It will set you free. So what I saw, I knew I would talk about it one day, but it's taken like nearly a decade for me to talk about it. Do you know why? Because I feel comfortable. Ghana gave me that. Ghana gave me a sense of life. I just told you a story about when I left the UK. I was in hospital, I was ill, and then I came to Ghana and I was miraculously healed.
Just because of the sun?
Because of the sun, the water, the earth, the spirit that is here. And then I just came back from the UK the other day. I said I'd never go back, but I took my far self back into dirty Babylon. And what happened? The exact same sickness came back instantly. I had to run back to Ghana. I had to come back to Ghana with humble. Because when I left Ghana the other day, you know me, I'm real, I'm truthful. I had so many complaints. Ghana needs fixing. The customer service is poor. I'm here, willing to fix it, but that don't mean I didn't complain. It's poor. We need to unite. We're so disjointed. And I went to the UK. The service I got in a 5-star hotel out there reminded me that I am a black man. I forgot I was a black man when I was here, bro. I forgot. I mean, I might be a brony every now and then, but I forgot I was a black man. I forgot. When I went to the Intercontinental Hotel in the O2 in London, I'm naming them because they need to be named and shamed.
What happened?
Bro, they treated me like I weren't paying my money to be there. Like, I come to sit down in the bar, get a drink, they're throwing the bill in my face because they're scared I might run out and not pay the bill. What's your room number? Just in case you don't have a room, we maybe need to get security to cover the entrance because this black man in the hood, I had my hood up. Because out here in Ghana, I'm out here with my keloids. I feel comfortable. In the UK, people make you feel uncomfortable. They just make me feel, so I had my hood up. So in the UK, they'll call me a hoodie because, so they're scared when they see me with my hood up. I rode around my hood here, it's fine. No problems. No one is scared or clenching there. So the white people around me in the hotel, they felt uncomfortable. So they probably say, who is? So when I sit down 2 minutes, they come and bring me a bill. I said, why you bring me a bill? Supposing I want to eat. Who said I'm going anywhere? Bring me my bill when I'm finished. They reminded me, and I didn't understand. I was like, why? They treating me like this. But when I go to Kempinski, Grand Hotel, they open the doors for me. They don't bring me no bill. Do you know I can walk out of there and they'll come downstairs to the lobby. I might forget. I'll come downstairs to the lobby and they'll be like, oh, you forgot to pay. Oh, I'm sorry. If that was the UK police, surrounded, freeze, nigga. You didn't pay your way. You're stealing. Arrested, gone. But it reminded me that I'm a black man and that Ghana is full of black excellence. And I've been ungrateful for it. I didn't realize. I got too complacent, too comfortable in Ghana in these 3 years. When I go around here, it's chairman, it's champion, it's boss. Like, people respect me. And it's not just me. Anybody that comes here, they open the door for you. Where can you go? And I mean, you're used to it. Guide your car out everywhere you go. Come in and park and guide you in. Hey, you can't park in the UK. You can't park.
Why?
If you park, you know how much I paid to park a day in the 5-star hotel?
How much?
£50 a night to park my car. Do the conversion, £50. How much Ghana? What, 500 Ghana cedis
just
a
to
night
park.
just to park. More, 600, 700 Ghana cedis to park. Prison. The world as we know it, it's not that. It's not that. Like, that prison city has people, the agenda of music, because music is just the tool, one of the tools. The agenda of music has people trapped in that prison that I went to the UK trying to convince people, here I am in the flesh, look, it's me, remember, you see me on YouTube, but forget that I'm here. Come to Ghana. What do I need to go to Ghana for? I'm comfortable here. I said, bro, do you know how much opportunities are in Ghana? You know they won't treat you like this. They love it. They're comfortable with the torture. They're comfortable with being raped. Money, literally their pockets are being raped left, right and center.
But they love it.
They love it. They're comfortable, they love it. And even if they realize that they are being destroyed, it's like, better the devil you know than the one you don't. Because, you know, they hear these things.
And all these people are black people you're speaking to?
Yeah, it's all black
Wow.
people, man.
Wow.
All my people, my friends, gone back, trying to save them.
So even people you know and
Yeah.
who knows you?
Yeah.
Wow.
But they have this distrust. So no, I don't trust you. I don't want to. They have this distrust because there's a crabs in a barrel mentality where everyone tries to keep everyone down. But this is how the industry, like, makes us fight against our brothers. Because, you know, we talk about guns and drugs and slanging rock and the trap music and all of these things that are being talked about in the music. It affects the mental.
Really? Now, someone earlier, I did an interview with a guy called Austin, and he said, in the U.S., he's also an African American traveling around the world, and so in the U.S., if you hung on someone too loud or at a bad time, he can just get out of his car and shoot you.
Yeah.
Is it because of the music and then the old things? So
of course it is. Like, imagine, have you ever been in the car and you turn up the music and you're feeling it? What happens? You go a little faster. Hey, you go a little faster because the vibes, it's got you. Like, the music will get you. If you see, like, you know, heavy metal music, noise, racket. White people love it. They shake their hair, they go mad. You see them in their concert, they're punching each other, they're kicking each other. They bite their heads off of chickens. Bro, this is common knowledge. This is what they do. The music makes them do that. Now, if you're with your wife and you're listening to some Teddy Pendergrass, some, you know, some nice, smooth music, what happens? You tend to probably try and make a baby that night because it's soul music. It resonates with your soul, love making. Do you know what I mean? Music has... So when these youth in the UK are listening to trap music's about stabbing people and selling drugs and, well, that's
the only music they push.
Of course they're going to push it. Remember back, I don't know when, I don't know the statistics, but there was a time when music completely changed in the 90s, I believe. There was a meeting. This is out there. There was a meeting between a lot of the big rap artists. They were all called to a meeting, and they were told in that meeting that music's going to change. We're going to be pushing drugs in the music. None of this love business. Love's gone out to me. When you last heard a love song, you don't hear that again. If it's anything remotely it's twerking, your bum, your vagina. Do you know what I mean? Drop on this, wine on this.
I didn't know you could twerk your vagina. Go ahead.
But bro, that's what it is. It's that raw. Like Cardi B, it's that raw. It's so raw. We can never play these music to our great grandmas. Even now, could you play that to your grandma, your mother? You can't play it. It's distasteful. It's not good. So, what was my point?
The music industry is going to change.
So there was this meeting and they said the music industry is going to change. So at that point, everyone was singing love. What's love got to do with it? Got to do with it. You know, Ja Rule, Ashanti. It was a vibe. Then they were told to, with obviously incentive, to change the music. Like, we're not doing that no more. And the reason they did it was because they needed more black people in prisons. Because the prison system in America, and people always come for me when I talk about America like I don't know about America. I was in the music industry, I was in Atlanta for a minute, I have family in America, I can speak on it because I know it. So, they were told that the prison system is a business, and if we get more black people in the prison system, the more we get, the more money we make. And what's the biggest thing black people love? We all love music. Africans love music, Americans love music, black people, we love music. We're soulful people, the beats resonate with us. So, in order to get people in the prisons, we can't have them loving up on each other, loving up on their woman, making love, doing all these things. No, we need them gang banging, shooting, selling drugs. Do you know what I mean? We all know they push crack in the 60s into, do you know what I mean? Like, into the States. It's for a reason. It's all for the agenda. Like, that, it's all a tool, bro. They're all tools, and there's so many other tools that they use to push these agendas to destroy the organic family and to...
Is it only targeted to black people or everybody else?
I think it's a class thing. I mean, generally targeted to black people, but what you see in the UK especially, I don't see it here in Ghana because there's hardly any white people, but in the UK it's more of a class thing. So the white kids be listening to trap, the white kids be trapping, the Moroccan kids be trapping, listening, like they're all involved because it's a class thing. It's not long about color. It's about the rich and the poor, the lower class, the upper class. It's about that now. Like, it was, did they probably want their children to be listening? No, but I mean, black people are influential. Our light is infectious. So it was obvious little Johnny and little Richard, white boy next to us, when they hear the beats, a man talking about blood, they got involved. They got involved, and now it's a regular thing. Like I see white children in the UK, and if it wasn't for their skin color, and you were just to hear them, you would think they black because they speak with a black twang. Do you know what I mean? They dress black, if you call it that. Do you know what I mean? We just have style in it. So they dress with style and fashion, where before it was like, oh, white people can't dance, they're offbeat. Do you know what I mean? They can't dress, they ain't got no style. Do you know what I mean? That's common knowledge. Like, we all took influence from Jamaica. Jamaica, boy, they can dance and they can dress, and do you know what I mean? That, we're influential, brother. But now you're seeing that we've influenced the younger generation, so they're coming up. And the younger generation ain't like their mothers and their fathers, not all of them anyway. They're not racist like that because they were raised around us. They're raised in that, they're on the streets with us, do you know what I mean? So back in my day, when I was young, there was like the one white boy in the black group, and he was the one that was down. Like, he gets a pass because he's down.
So he can say the N-word.
Yeah, no, he can't say the N-word. No. No one can say the N-word around me. But now I see that these dudes can say the N-word because, well, the brothers are weaker. They be giving man the pass to say the N. I'm like, bro, don't let no one disrespect you. In my day, you couldn't say that, and they knew they couldn't say that. It wasn't even a thing. Now they can say that. Oh, I can say it, I've got black friends, bro. Not in my neck of the woods. We don't do that. So you know, times have changed, but the agenda remains the same. It remains the same.
How is they using the music now to stop our brothers from seeing the light?
Well, I mean, if I'm gonna quench your desires with women and money and fast cars and clothes, I mean, you see the youth, the youth of America, the youth of the UK, they care more about their clothes and their drip, what they're wearing. Bro, I don't give a damn about clothes. I'll go buy trainers from Primark, even though my wife cusses me. This is not trainers from Primark, but I'll go buy trainers from Primark and feel no way. Primark's like a low class, like it's not even low class, but it's a shop that not everybody wants to shop in. They don't feel great about it, but I don't care because remember I told you I sold my clothes, but that made me like lose my desires. So if I'm there telling
the material things,
if I'm handing somebody desires in one hand, and on the other hand I'm handing them discipline and God, what do you think they're gonna take? Desires, because they weren't raised in. Remember, if you raise a child the way they should go, they will not depart. That's why I raise my children in the Most High, because they won't depart from it. So that when they're tempted with the blue pill, they say, no, I'm gonna stick with the Most High. I'm gonna stick with this. And that's what's happening. Society is feeding them with Gucci, with Prada, with Nicki Minaj, with Beyonce.
All sort of fantasies.
These artists go on stage practically naked now. Bro, I saw an artist the other day. I think her name was Jada something. I don't know them like that. Jada something. I don't really tune into them. But bro, I could see she had the skirt on and her bum was just there. I'm just like, hey, what's left for the imagination? Why? My children can't see that because they're seeing a bum on an award show, bro. Like, that's not right. Like, literally, that's no man's land. No man should see that unless it's your husband. So they're out there practically naked. The men are out there dressing like women, wearing women's clothes.
What does this do to the artist mentally?
Bro, it's destroying their soul. They've already sold their soul.
Why is mental health situation and depression high in the artist industry, based on your understanding?
Because of what they're faced with, because of the spirits they're invoking when they're listening to them. That's why I tell people, stop listening to these songs, because even though you may believe that, oh no, not about that, but when you hear, you know, what, bruv, you be singing it and you don't even know what you're singing. You don't know the frequency you're singing. So, and then you go home, you start arguing with your wife and you don't even know why. That's because you brought the spirit of Jezebel into your yard. The spirit of Jezebel ain't just about loose women. The spirit of Jezebel could be in men. It can be in men. Like, these spirits, you can invoke them quick and fast without even knowing it. Your TV is subliminal. Remember, it's called a tell-a-lie vision. not television. It's called tell a lie vision. It tells lies to you in your vision. Flash. You didn't even see it, but it's in your psyche. Your subconscious is in there. Same with the sounds. The sounds are in there. The beat is in there. So even me, I'll be in Accra Mall. I hear and I'm there singing, and then I remember, hey. Do you know what I mean? Don't sing those things, because, bro, I know what it can do for you, and it could be so subtle, or it can be so major, and you know, things go wrong in people's lives and they don't know why. I'll tell you why. What are you listening to? What you pay, remember, is pay attention. So when you're paying attention, now we're looking at attention as a currency, because you're paying it. You're paying attention. That means you're paying something. So if you pay for something, what do you expect to do? Receive. You're receiving. When you pay attention to that girl's bum, you're receiving something. When you pay attention to those tunes and
so what do someone receive when they pay attention to the bum?
Attention from the devil. Attention from spirits you don't want to invoke. Whether you believe in the devil or not, the devil is real and is out here and will destroy your life in a flash. And that's why I stay with the Most High. I have to stay with the Most High. If I wasn't with the Most High, I wouldn't be out here talking nothing. I wouldn't even be in Ghana. I wouldn't have lived in a tent in the wilderness for a year. I wouldn't, because I know with the Most High, that's the only person I fear. People have these fears, so they attract fear. We're very powerful, bro. People don't know how. I remember I told you in the last interview, if Ghanaians just knew who they were, if black people, if melanated people just knew who they were, we'd eradicate so much. So much.
Now you make mention that if you didn't want to, I mean, you live in the UK, living in tents are all sacrifices that you had to make in order for you to leave that world behind. Do you think we have majority of people who have what it takes to go under this kind of, you know, lifestyle to take themselves out of that slavery? Do you think we have it in us, or we've just given up?
No, we have it in us. But a lot of us, a number has been done on us that I don't have hope. I was sad when I left the UK because I realized we're gonna lose a few. We're
collateral damage.
Yeah, collateral damage. That's what's gonna happen, because the number has been done. The Willie Lynch, that, you know, that has done a number on our people to where we don't need to be enslaved. We can enslave ourselves. We enslave our children. We send our children to school for somebody else, for the enemy to teach them. For the enemy to teach them. Like, and we might say, oh no, the teacher might look black in Ghana, but what's the curriculum they're teaching? Whose curriculum is that? Whose books are those? Why they got to learn English? Bro, we send our children there because it's easy, so we can spend time with our partners, or we can go to work as a slave. Do you know what I mean? Like, to make money. A lot of your viewers, they don't understand the concept of not needing money. They don't understand it. Like, do we want money? Of course we want money. We want to flip and live forever as well. Do you know what I mean? But not everything that we want, we need.
And as I said, like, you know, money is just like a human construct. We don't necessarily need money. What is money? Money is value, right? Let's speak a little bit on that.
Well, money is the root of all evil, bro. Like, money is a human construct. Anything man-made is cursed as far as I'm concerned. So I think, you know, money is something we've all agreed to use, which I feel has destroyed mankind. And don't get me wrong, if it's just me that's saying I don't want to use money, I can go off and grow my own food and live a humble life on my own. But the majority wins the vote. If we all begin to say, do you know what, we don't need money, let's barter, let's trade services.
Exchange values.
Exchange the value. What's your value? Okay, so you're bringing this to the table, I bring this. You bring pineapples, I bring oranges. But we can't go hungry. We cannot. Like, but we put this value on ourselves, on everything, so that for money, like, money is just what they say it is. Money is just what they say it is. When you put your money in the bank, it's not in there. It's not in there. It's numbers. And if they want to make that number
it's
zero,
all an illusion.
It's an illusion.
I think I was calculating this, and I was asking someone who has so much money, but everything is in the building somewhere, it's in the car somewhere, and I'm like, what is like your basic necessity? It's like, okay, just to eat food, children eat food, and I'm like, so you don't really need that much money to get that done.
You don't need any money.
But everything else has been.
Do you need money for food?
No. You can grow your own food.
You don't need to go to Malcolm, you know. You don't need to go there. You don't need to go to Tesco's, Walmart. You don't need to go there. You can grow your own food. Oh, I don't want to grow my own food.
But someone was born in a nation where
convenience.
Yes, there's Tesco everywhere, and then that's his normal. Tesco is his garden, right, where he can pick his tomatoes with currency rather than grow his own tomatoes.
Convenience
because that was exactly
your God.
Right.
Convenience. When I went to the UK the other day, I touched convenience again. Convenience can kill you. Convenience gives you so much choice, you don't even know what to choose. You're eating things that you didn't really want, but it was convenient. Pizza poisoned me, Star. The pizza poisoned me out there, innit? Like, I didn't like it. It was horrible, but it was convenient. So we don't need, what we need, I said it in the very first interview,
right.
What we need is a roof over our head. Yeah, we need water, and we need food. And once you've got what you need, then you can start thinking about what you want. Do you know what I mean? And some people's wants are, you know, just their fleshly desires. Some people's wants are humanitarian, so for the greater good of the people. Some people's wants are selfish. Mine are humanitarian. I don't want to be wealthy on my own. And when I say wealth, I'm not talking money. I don't want to be healthy and wealthy on my own. I want my brothers to be wealthy and healthy with me. If I had £1 million now, you know what I'd be trying to do? I'd be saying, Hayford, bro, you need to get up to a point where you got $1 million so we can eat in the same places. We can fly on the same, do you know what I mean? Airplane, if we're going to talk about money and these things. So these are the kind of mindsets. So there's some people that just don't understand anything that I'm talking about right now. But they need to open their mind. First of all, I'll break it right down to you. Remember, I owned, or if you don't know, I owned a skincare company, a skincare brand, or a natural products brand. The first product was toothpaste.
Toothpaste.
Do you know why we made toothpaste?
No.
Not because it was a big seller and people use toothpaste every day, because they were poisoning our toothpaste with fluoride. Do you know what fluoride does? It matches up, it calcifies your pineal gland.
What does it mean, calcify?
So it basically calcifies it. It can't work, freezes it. It can't work. So your pineal gland is like your third eye. It's when you can see without seeing. It's when you can hear without hearing. Your third eye, your pineal gland, it's like a sense. And it's a scientific fact that, you know, melanated people's pineal gland is way more active. And you can activate these things by stop drinking the water in the West that is filled with fluoride. Stop brushing your teeth. So we made toothpaste without fluoride because we knew it don't make sense me talking to you if you're still brushing your teeth with fluoride, bro. It doesn't, because you're not going to hear me. You're not going to hear me. So we started giving people toothpaste, and it was a five-figure company. Do you know what I mean? That's the company I sold when I was here. The Most High told me to sell it. It was a 5-figure company. At its peak, we sold it, but I had to start at the base and give people another alternative to the toothpaste because it was killing them. It weren't making them think. Now that they stopped drinking the water from the taps, now that they stopped brushing their teeth with this fluoride, now I can have a conversation with you. There's a thing called the fluoride stare. When you're telling people, wake up, this, you know they do this, they just look at you like this. We call it the fluoride stare. That means they're gone. They're robots, they're gone. It's the same thing with the vaccine. I'm telling you, some of these vaccinated people, bro, I'm not too sure. Like, you know what they're trying to do? They're trying to make you into an iPhone. But they inject you with one and they tell you, go have 10 more boosters. You know what they are? They're updates. Updating you. Until before you know it, you're walking around like a dummy and you don't know. And now you know what they're saying in the UK? You know what the government's saying? We never told you to get the vaccine. Really? Because people are dying. And I saw on Instagram, the government literally saying, we never told you to get the vaccine. And then they replayed the old footage. If you don't get the vaccine, you can't work in the UK. If you don't get the vaccine, you won't fly. And then, we never told you to get the vaccine. Because they can say that. Do you know why? Because it was always your decision. But they didn't make it seem like it was your decision. They never do.
They made you, they propagate fear into making you run to the doctor's office.
How do you control people? Fear. I can control everybody by saying I'm going to punch you up if you don't do it. I'm going to shoot you if you don't do it. Fear. Okay, I'm going to do it. Most people would do things if you put a gun to their head. Some people say, do you know what, just kill me, flip it. The
minority of people, yeah.
Yeah, the majority are going to do it.
But what made you so, for you to have that independent mind of really breaking it and always taking yourself out of all those mess that was created in the West, in the music industry, in the society in general, and embarking on the different journey to really follow yourself? What made you get all those things? Because people don't break free. They get consumed, they get hypnotized, and then they keep doing things without having to ask themselves why they're doing it. What made you so different?
Like I said, I started with the toothpaste. I stopped calcifying my body. I stopped putting poison in my body. I was a vegetarian or vegan for 7 years, 5 to 7 years. I stopped putting poison in my body. So I stopped putting, what do they call it? Processed food. If it's processed, that means someone's tampered with it. That means, I'm not too sure, bro. I stopped putting that into my body. I also brought the Most High into my life. Like, I could hear the Most High. When I say the Most High told me, some people have a problem with this on your channel. They're like, how do you know it's not the devil talking to you?
Yeah.
How do you know? How do you know?
I've had people ask that.
Yeah.
Like, what do you mean when you say that?
Well, the Most High spoke to me. Those that know. They know when the Most High speaks to you. You will know. You will know. And you will know when the devil's speaking to you. When the devil's telling you cheat on your wife, that ain't the Most High. If it's in alignment with good, most probably the Most High. Not all the time. The devil is a liar and a thief. Do you know what I mean? It's trickery out here. And sometimes, you know, you have to understand, if you understand the Job story, the Most High will deal with you. He'll say, devil. He'll be like, the Most High said to the devil, Job is my guy. He's loyal to me. Go get him. And the devil said, okay, let me go test him out for you. And he put Job through hell. And Job stayed and he said, nah, I'm good, steadfast. All the things he did to Job. So don't think that everything bad's happening to you is, you know, the Most High is in control of everything. He's the Most High. So people don't understand that. They think, oh, it's the devil versus the Most High. No, the devil is there for balance. And the Most High allows everything to happen to strengthen you, to
But
test
someone
your
will
faith.
say, if he care about me so much, why would he let me go through that?
To strengthen you. Don't you see some people change their life when some people die? Imagine I'm talking to my friends in the UK, they're not getting it. But make one of their family members die or a traumatic thing happen in their life, they start reevaluating. That's what happened to me. Something traumatic happened. It might not be traumatic to everybody else, but seeing people drink blood, being asked to drink sperm, people telling me that the gay, you know, which is completely against nature in my eyes, that was a traumatic experience for me. All I know is man, woman, child. That's what I know. That's what I was raised on. That's what the Bible speaks of. That's all I know. So people will say, oh, you're homophobic. I ain't scared of gays. I ain't scared of them. I'm scared of the Most High and the wrath that he gonna put on them. So I don't want to be around that. And if you want to do that in your bedroom, that's fine, bro. You can do that, but just don't push it on my child. Don't push it on my child. Don't push it in the school. Don't push it in the media. I got to see that. I'm there watching EastEnders, Emmerdale, Coronation Street. These are like soap series in the UK. When I went back, I'm there watching these things. Every minute of the show is a man kissing a man. Every second. I'm like, what happened? My mom's telling me this is normal. This is normal. I'm like,
they're programming them in real time.
Programming them. What do we watch on TV? Programs. People don't listen to the English language. They have to, imagine, listen to this carefully. They have to tell you what they're gonna do. They can't just do it. The evil they're gonna do to you, they have to tell you. They told you about COVID. They told you about these things. They told you about the vaccine. They have to tell you. It's called the Illuminati because it's in your face. But some people can't even see it. You see as bright as these lights in my face?
But they'll fight you when you try to tell them.
Because that's the construct, that's the programming. So what will happen is
The
they don't need
Agent
to
Smith
fight
effect.
me. They don't need to fight me. They got everyone else. They got my own brothers fighting me. It was a black man that killed Malcolm X. They don't need to. It was black people that killed Nkrumah. It was black people, his own people. So they don't need to do anything. We gonna do it for them, because we're masters boys, slave-minded. We will do it. This is what we need to change, bro. This is why we need leaders that are willing to speak, that are willing to stand up, that are willing to do something for the people, that are not afraid, that don't have no fear. I will die for the cause. In the name of the Most High, I will die for the cause, bro. My wife knows it, everybody knows it. I will do it because I know my reward will be in heaven. And if I can save my brothers and sisters, then so be it. Then I did a good job. That's why I love Kwame Nkrumah. I love Kwame Nkrumah. I didn't really know much about him before I came to Ghana. When I came to Ghana, look, the goosebumps. This is what happened when I heard about. I said, hey, that was the man. He was the man. And what did they do to the man? They always
turn his own people against him.
Always. Gaddafi, what did he want to do? Make his own currency. They put him out in the street and made his own people kill him. Look at his country now. Look at it now.
Disaster.
Terrible. Now what the people saying? Bro, don't listen to these people in our African countries. They're there right now.
Why are we so easy to be deceived as black people?
Because we are so greedy. We're so greedy. We love money. We're so kind as well. We're so So when I say the treatment I got in the hotel there, like they treated me bad there. But here they treat me great. And when white people come here, we treat white people great. So you see, black people, we don't have that. They're scared that if we ever get in control, we'll treat them how they treated us. We would never do that. That's not in our nature. We're loving people. We're like, white people, come in, man. We'll treat you like you're our own. And that's the thing. We're so nice and so kind. And that's why sometimes we have to be raw and say, come out my country. You're not having that piece of land. You're not building that. You're not having that airport. You're not having it. We don't want your loans. We don't want your money. Sometimes we have to be raw. And it's not because we hate you. It's because we know what you're about and we love ourselves. And we ain't taking no more risks for you to come in here. Like I heard your last guest say, talking about China gonna take over everything. What? Like he said, and they probably hear this, he said that America will be number 2. America ain't gonna be number 2. Lucky if they're number 2.
What number do you think they're gonna be?
I don't think they will be. I think they'll be the definition of a third world country.
Of the charts.
Well, they're gonna get there. You know when they say the rooster's gonna come home to roost, the rooster's gonna come home to roost for America. They ain't, I feel so, get out of that country fast. And then they talk about China being number 1. Africa, don't let that happen. Because why are we going to jump out of the fire out of the pot into the fire? That don't make no sense.
From fire to fire.
Africa is the stronghold. We hold the power. We won't destroy everybody else like they are destroying us.
But then the programming and the minds they are preparing is not going to be ready for that battle that you just mentioned. Because as you said, when you go to the schools, what they teach is not preparing their minds to not let that happen.
We need leaders that don't just come in and fix what benefits them. We have to look at the whole construct. We have to look at the whole system and fix the schooling system, fix the corruption, fix the money system, fix the housing situation, fix the poor people, fix the rich people, sort out the taxes. There's everything, and this is why it needs a great leader. My wife always tells me, you're a multitasker. You do everything. You want to do everything. That mind, I've been an electrician, I've been plumber, I've done so many things, Hayford. I know why the Most High has been doing that, because it needs somebody to be able to utilize all of these things and be multifaceted. So that it's not just, hey, young, we'll bring solar panels to the country and yeah, let's vote him in for his solar panels. Oh yeah, I'm going to give free education, and then we just vote him in for free education. No, we need someone that's an all-rounder for the people, for your life. What's going to benefit your life, and not just your life as a middle class or working class or rich, but everybody's life. Gaddafi, I like that. Everybody, one level. Can we all eat? Can we all live somewhere? Can we all have a house? When we all get, is there incentives to get married? Yes. You have a baby, system helps you. We can have free healthcare here. We can have free healthcare here. Remember
But
he was talking about the minister and the money?
Yeah.
That's enough money to start a free healthcare system, bro.
But there's nothing free. I really believe. Like, I had your daughter on the show, and she expressed to me how this healthcare system was free in the UK. She went under that blade, and it was told, she told them not to take a specific thing out of her body, but they still took it. And then, I mean, other conspiracies would be like, okay, now someone is buying something from the back end, you know what I'm saying, to subsidize that free thing. Do you think we can have free system without having to always resort to that kind of?
I think that there can be a free system with the right system. There can be a free system with the right system. The NHS is still corrupt. Like my daughter said, cesarean, she wasn't too sure. I watched the interview. It's true. It's not an unsure thing. They push women to have cesareans because they get more money for it. So even though you're not paying for it, the hospitals and the doctors are getting money for it. So it suits their agenda to push that. It suits the agenda. So yes, we can have a free system. It just needs to be run right. It needs the right team of leaders to be able to run it. That's all.
I see. This is deep. This is deep. Your journey, and I never knew that this is what you've been through in the music industry. But seeing you sit right in front of me here in Ghana and what you've done for yourself, for your family, is just amazing. Let's say someone is watching this right now, love music, want to go into music, right? Hearing you say what it is in the industry, what advice will you give to someone like that?
Never sign to a record label. Never do that. Be independent and never sell your soul. So when I say never sell your soul, there's levels. What are you passionate about? Sing about what you're passionate about. Rap about what you're passionate about. Is what you're rapping about gonna harm someone else? How are you influencing people? Can children listen to this? Would you play it to your mother? When you make this music video, are you proud to show this to your mum? Are you degrading women? Are you degrading yourself? Like, if you are not doing those things, I love music. I just bought some studio equipment the other day because I'm trying to get back into it. It's going to be all about the Most High. But you can't just fame. If you want fame, that's what I wanted. I wanted to be famous, like Michael Jackson. Fame, you don't want that. If you want fame, forget it. If you want fame,
because you're going to do everything for it.
You're going to drink sperm. You're going to drink blood.
What if the person already drinks sperm?
Well, if they drink sperm already, then so be it. Like, I feel sorry for you. Innit? If that's what you do, that's what you do, innit? But not in my house. Not in my house. And the thing is, you know, we have these passions, and it shouldn't be that way. Music is a great thing. It's a great tool. It gets messages across all over the world. I mean, everybody listens to Bob Marley, whether they speak English or not. Everybody listens to Bob Marley. Most people know about Michael Jackson. So the influence is far. So music is a great thing, but it's just been infiltrated. It's been infiltrated. And until we can take that back, leave it alone. Leave it alone. Make music for a hobby. Make music, be a niche artist where you've got, like, you know, 10,000 followers. Because you imagine 10,000 people buy your music online digitally is £1. That's £10,000. Remember I told you I sold CDs on the road?
Yes.
Why do you think I did?
You sold 30,000 CDs.
30,000 more. But I'm just what I could count. Let's just say after all I went through in the music industry, I resorted to making my own music, selling my music in Croydon. People will recognize me. Croydon, you will see me. I was everywhere. Croydon, Oxford Street, Chocadero, selling CDs, and it was no price. So what I realized is that if I put a price on it, people were reluctant to buy. Just to get the music out, I said, give me a donation. Most people will give you £1. So if I made £1 for everyone, that was £30,000. Most people gave you £2. Some people gave you £5. You do the maths, bro. So, and now everything's digital. So you can just sell your music out there and do what you need to do. So don't be deterred. We winners. We don't lose. So we don't just say, oh, we give up music, but give up fame. Because fame was never meant to be, that's like a sin. It's like, what do they call it? Vanity. Fame and vanity go hand in hand. Vanity is not good. It's not.
I like that. This is deep. Advise someone who not necessarily want to follow your journey, but is inspired and want to kind of have just the part of Africa, that your journey for themselves. That, I know you always say this, but it's very important because we do have our family in the diaspora, and they are very reluctant and complacent. Is that the word? Where they feel like, oh, I have convenience here, like you mentioned. Why would I go to Africa where there's no running water, there's all this? Why would I do that? I want you to really share an advice. I know you went to speak with them in face to face, but I feel like they still need to hear that,
Oh, because they're dying out there, bro. My people are dying in the West. You are dying, and if you, some know it and some don't know it. I was at the airport just yesterday, and I'm standing in the airport and I'm looking at the big sign that says Aquaba. I'm watching people that I have helped come here. Emotional, bro, because me and my wife, when we lay down in the bed last night, we had to say, wow, we have helped so many people make this transition, make this move, and seeing the joy on their faces. If you are in the West right now and you are second guessing coming here, then just take a holiday. Take a holiday. Contact me. Let's speak. Most people have not taken a holiday. They just pay for a consultation. They speak with me. That's it. Wow. Watch our journey. Watch the journey for yourself. Some people say rags to riches. I don't think I'm not rich, but it was rags to a better life than I've ever had in the UK. Trust me, you walk around Ghana feeling proud. Everybody does. I see it in them. Walk around Ghana feeling proud because champion. Hey, madam. Hey, queen. Hey, king. Like, there's love here. Is there issues here? Most definitely. But how are we going to fix them? We're going to fly away with Jeffrey. It's not going to work. It's not going to work.
Jeffrey said everybody should leave the country.
Everyone should leave the country and the country's empty. It's fine. Everyone leave and leave me here, and then I'll start from the ground up. But I'm telling you, we need to come and bring that money. Bring the money. Bring masses money. Bring the dollar. Bring the pound. Bring whatever you're bringing and watch it work for you. As long as you've got a brain, it's easily done. Easily done. And then our brothers and sisters are out here, that are suffering, that don't have the money. Well, we do. So we need to share that. We need to share our experiences. We need to come out and create more jobs, more experiences, more opportunities, not just for ourselves and the diaspora, but for our fellow Africans. Because we left, we made a better life for ourselves if we like. We've got a different type of experience, but Africa has something too. So Africa has the land, has the fruits, has life. We can bring our experiences to life and learn to love ourselves for eternity. Life.
I like that. Now, a gentleman who goes by the name, shout out to you, Diallo Sambri, the president, I don't know if he's the ex or the current president of the African American Association of Ghana, said that if you live in the US and you earn more than $120,000, $50,000 a year, you're wasting your time in the US.
If you earn $1 million a year, you're wasting your time. If you earn $1 million a year, you're wasting your time, because what are you going to do? Buy a house that your children can't get unless they pay inheritance tax. Buy a house that could be taken off of you at any given time. Buy a car that loses its value as soon as you drive out. Like, come and invest in Africa. 100,000 ain't nothing. $1 million ain't nothing. You know what's more valuable than that? Your health. Your dignity. If you telling me you can be in America and keep your dignity intact, stay integral, keep your health, by all means stay there. Drink Kool-Aid and all them things there and see if you don't have diabetes, a heart attack, high blood pressure, low iron, all of these things, cancer. I just spoke with one of my clients yesterday who said her mum is dying of cancer. Brother, I lost 3 people in the last year to cancer. That is the #1 killer in the West. And it's in the foods, it's in the water, it's in the air. I'm looking up in Ghana sky, I don't see no trails of poison. In the UK, they fly around putting poison on you, spraying you with poison. They're called chemtrails. Spraying you with poison. But you want to stay there. Then stay there then. Someone said I interviewed someone and she said, if Ghanaians want to come to the UK, let them come. Because those that experience it know. Those that know knows. Come.
But why would they kill their people? Because that's the metrics, right? In the UK, why would they kill their citizens? Because cancer kills them, reduces the population. What would they benefit from doing that?
I mean, first of all, the treatment that they use for cancer, chemotherapy, is 1% successful, but it costs a lot of money. So it's better that I don't cure you, I keep you coming back for treatment. That's a lot of money. Have you not heard them say with their own mouth that they want to depopulate the world? There's too many people in the world because of climate change, because of the climate, global warming, sorry. Like they need to get rid of a third of the world. You not heard that? Okay, Revelation speaks about it too, that a third of the world has to go. Bill Gates said it himself. So I don't know why they want to kill people. They're evil, they're wicked. Maybe they know that they're dying.
Who are they?
Well, the opposition, the fallen ones. You won't get me to say, I'll go around the fallen ones, the opposition. They know who they are. If the cap fits, wear it. Wear it, let it fit tightly, because you know who you are. But we will rise, because good always overcomes evil.
Give a words of inspiration to black people watching this video right now.
Stand up. It's time to stand up. It's time to stop being fearful of your fellow black man. It's time to support your fellow black man who wants to lead. Support him. Support him to lead. Instead of following these fools that will lead you into temptation, lead you into a pit. Melanated people, stand up all over the world. Come back to the continent and let's build, let's grow. You know how powerful we are when we do this? Do you think they can do? But I'm a danger to society. I'm a danger to society. I know I am.
You're good to society.
Hey, they see me as a danger to society. I know they do, but you can't touch me because I'm a child of the Most High, and only He will judge me. Only He. So
I like that. I like
it is what it is.
You've shared so much. I really appreciate,
Only for you, bro.
Yeah. I really appreciate it, because
only
this
for you.
Not only it opened my eyes to something that I actually never thought was a reality, and you coming from it and telling me makes me believe it now that you've said it. And I know it's going to do the same for other people watching, and it's going to create that awakening for them. So I really appreciate that.
Yeah.
And then also to the viewers. As we're doing videos like this is somewhat, I don't think it's so safe, considering what happens around here. But we do this just to be able to help our brothers in the diaspora, and then even just in general, Africans everywhere, to give you that kind of, awakening to realize who you are, what you can actually do if we unite and stuff like that. So don't underestimate it.
Sorry to cut you, but do you know how powerful Webnation Africa is? Do you know how powerful it is?
Oh, it is?
I don't think you know how powerful. I don't believe that you get the just dues that you deserve, because you are stepping out of the box. Like, I love what I love what he's doing. But brother, you're coming for the title. Let me tell you, because you are.
I'm a messenger.
You're creating a platform for people to speak the truth, and you're not afraid to put it out there.
I appreciate
that
it.
speaks volumes. So mark my words, subscribe, click the notification bell, but watch this space for Webnation Africa. I know, bro, what it's going to do, because you've allowed the Most High to speak on your platform for the truth. The Most High is the truth. You allow the truth to be spoken on your platform. Not many people would do that. Oh, no, I don't want to. So props to you, bro.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Just subscribe. YouTube said 83%. It was crazy when I realized that huge number of people watching this actually are not subscribing. I have most of my viewers from New York, and they're black people too.
Stop being lazy. Black people are lazy sometimes. They'll watch, but they won't click. The little support. You're not asking for money. You're saying click. Click the subscribe
It's free. You're
button.
not paying anything.
So now, tell them now. Click it now.
Click it now.
Now. And the bell too.
And a bell.
Hey.
Unless you're gonna die. Okay. Please subscribe and stay tuned for more amazing content coming your way. And Life with a King, you do have a YouTube channel where you share your journey. You still share your journey, man. I've been following you and watching you from time to time. From the beginning, like I keep having you on the show because your journey is very inspirational. You coming from that society in the UK, one point being homeless, moving to Ghana, living in a tent. If it's you alone as a man, it's cool. That's no problem. But living with your family, your kids, very young, and then going through that together with them, taking yourself out of that to a better life, you'd say, is inspirational. That shows me that it's possible for everybody to do the same. You know what I'm saying? And few people actually have the balls to do that. Actually, do you know, I asked the diasporan that, do you think you have it in you, if push come to shove, you'd be able to do what this man did? He said, nah, she would have went back to the UK. But you did it.
No.
You know, so that
do what you have to do.
It's inspirational. And I think people watching that, they should get inspired as well to almost prepare as much as you can. But if push comes to shove, listen, it's Africa. Your neighbors are your friends. They would help you if they can. And put Africa on your bucket list. If you don't want to just move straight up, just come. December is coming. There's festive season coming. Come and have fun and then see what Ghana has for you. Maybe, who knows? Maybe Ghana is meant for you. If not Ghana, maybe go anywhere else. Go Gambia, go to Kenya, go to anywhere else. There's no harm in trying, honestly. And yeah, a word to a wise is enough. I'm done. Daniel, do you have a final message?
Daniel King for president. All praises to the Most High.
You're being serious. This is the third time you're saying this.
Bro, you think I'm not joking?
Yeah.
Like,
you need to have a poster done. The next time I'm going to put it on the screen.
a flyer.
A flyer.
I feel like Kanye West running for president. No. You know what it is, bro? I know what I can do. And I can't do it alone. I need great minds like yourself behind me to help. I know what I can do. I just know what I can do. And I'll always give the praises to the Most High.
All praises to the Most High.
Indeed.
All right, thank you so much for watching. It's been a wonderful episode. If it's your first time here, my name is Hayford. I'm a content creator, and we do this diaspora transition interviews so that you get to understand how it is like here, living life in Ghana, Africa, as a diasporan. And if it's something you're interested, please stay tuned. And where we are currently filming is called Bureau. Bureau is a co-working space located in Osu, next to Jamestown Cafe. If you want to work in a very nice office, you don't want to be disturbed by a doom saw, which is a light going off and on, you want a fast internet service, this is the place for you to check out. Link in the description and also on the screen. Go check them out. And when you get here, tell them that you came from Webnation Africa. Listen, don't just go quiet to the counter and just sign up without telling them you came from me. Let them know that, listen, the force is huge and you came from Webnation and you get a discount as well. When you tell them, you might get a discount. You might. Okay? And thank you for watching. All right, without further ado, let's say bye-bye to them. All right, peace out.
Peace.